I'm in sales, if you didn't know.
I've heard.
Yeah, you been in the game.
Yeah, you split your time basically 50-50 is sales and drafting.
For now,
that's your life, right?
Yeah, for now. If I want to up the drafting, lower the selling.
Always be drafting.
Always be drafting. That's a dream of mine. I found a new addiction within the drafting.
Oh no!
Before it was the draft itself, which is 93 rounds. Now it's post-draft where you try to make trades afterwards and get the exact players you want.
Okay.
So you're trying to wheel and deal 2-for-1 deals, 3-for-3 deals, and you're trying to manipulate the system, exploit the trade logic a little bit, which I'm used to be a purist. I'm not a purist anymore.
You've poisoned. You've sullied.
I have. But just like the sales, I do what it takes.
I guess that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You ever sweeten a deal there? Here's a little accessory for your troubles.
Absolutely. Now you got out of the game.
I was not.
You were really in the game
for this. No. I left the game because of the game. Actually, I left in large part because of the game.
Yeah, you love the movies, but the sales part was not your cup of tea. I think we had a very small cell phone section.
Yeah.
When we worked together at the video store, and you didn't really hang around that area.
So little time there.
Yeah, you did the inventory, maybe.
I would scan them.
Yeah.
Many times at the old store. We had a sort of like an A store about 6 blocks away, and so I would have.
Oh, it's called an A store.
Yeah.
Now it's gold, silver, bronze.
Okay. We were a C store.
Yeah.
Where I worked right by the beach.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah. And often someone would be, "Hey, do you have any of these?" No, go up to Arbutus.
Yeah.
They'll help you. We don't really do that here.
Yeah. Don't you make commission? Yeah, I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Don't worry about it.
Just go up there. They'll handle it.
Well, since you've left, and this word will come up many times this episode, leads.
Oh, yes.
We have something called StatFlow leads.
Okay.
It's a program in which they have a database of phone numbers, and we message them outbound. We have 3 or 4 messages to choose from.
Cold calling.
Yeah, more or less.
Before you even had a name for it, you were doing it.
Exactly. So called chat starters. And then the second message, if they don't respond, we have to call them.
Wow.
As a store, we get about 1,000 of them a month.
Wow.
And we have to call, in theory, 50% of them.
500 calls.
In theory.
Sure.
Now, I got to know who listens to this before I get into
That's right. You've said too
manipulate.
much already.
Yeah, exactly. So this was introduced like just a few years ago. So we got into the sort of cold calling. It's enough like having to sell when they come to you.
Totally.
Like your customer service, you're great at it. You did the aisle for a decade. Yeah. So you're no stranger to that.
Not at all. I'm fully fine with that.
Yeah,
in fact,
aisle 3.
An inbound call center I worked at pretty briefly. There is that feeling of there's something about it's an inbound.
Yeah.
I don't actually.
They're calling you.
I'm not. They're calling me with a problem, and I'm trying to fix it
And upsell.
Sure. But I'm not trying to create the problem to fix or whatever else.
Exactly. It's a whole different ball game when it comes to like field sales, which Rogers has, obviously, the door-to-door.
All of this.
It's
I'm your local
changed.
rep. Call me.
I'm surprised it still exists because people have such a bad sort of association with it.
My reaction when someone pulled into the driveway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Get off my lawn.
If it's not that, it's Jehovah. Am I right? Can I say that?
I think that
they're fine people. I got no issues, no qualms.
Sounds like you do.
No, I don't even understand it. I don't give them the time to explain it.
Hello and welcome to Off the Shelf with Phil and Dave, the movie talk show where each week one of us takes a movie off our shelf, presents it to the other, and discusses it at length. This week we've got coming off of my shelf 1992's Glengarry Glen Ross. Cast of the greatest actors alive.
I wouldn't go that far, but deep bench.
Pretty deep bench.
You're trying to one-up me here.
We've got Jack Lemmon, of course. We've got Al Pacino. We've got Ed Harris.
Kevin Spacey. Can we say that?
We can say Kevin Spacey. We can't praise him, but we can say his name, I think.
Terrible performance.
Exactly. That, I think, is the prerequisite.
Yeah. Alec Baldwin.
Questionable. I think we can still say nice things about him, but it's around the line. And Alan Arkin.
Yes.
Just a banger.
Yeah.
Directed by James Foley, written by the great Pulitzer Prize winner
He did
David Mamet.
He won fair and square. Fair and square. There's a bit of a debate about that.
That's right. Yeah. Writer of The Untouchables, available in the archives.
There we go. That name, when you mention it, I recognize it, and I felt like we did one of his movies like this year. So we did.
Yeah.
That was this year.
That was this year. There was that, where he's here endeth the lesson and never stop fighting till the fight is done. Very kind of Mamet-y writing style. We pointed out in that episode. So I wonder.
We did.
What your thoughts are maybe going into this movie, how that kind of reconciled. So, David, welcome back.
Thank you. Great to be here.
As always, of course.
Yes.
How are things, and what are your thoughts on the movie initially? Gut instincts, if you will.
Philip, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. I do want to apologize in advance if I'm emitting any foot odor problem. I've been wearing a pair of shoes that I really like.
Okay.
But they're known to have a bit of a smell.
Okay.
So I hope it's not.
If they're known, maybe you shouldn't wear them anymore.
They are comfortable. Let me tell you, they really look good on me.
Okay.
But I do suffer from foot sweat.
Okay.
I want to come publicly.
Halitosis of the toes.
Is that what it is? Okay. I don't know why. I don't know what causes it. I mean, I have good foot health. I like to think so anyways. And also, I want to address a mistake I had made in our last live episode.
Okay. You got to go back a few weeks for that.
Yeah. And I said a one-hit pony.
Oh, yeah.
And you didn't correct me on it, and I appreciate it.
As you know, I try not to correct every single mistake.
You see what I did, though? I took one trick pony and mixed up with one-hit wonder.
You did.
Yeah. I did. So that's what happened there. But when I listened to it, I'm like, whoopsie daisy. I am educated, but it's another Rickyism. But
yes.
Anyways, how are you?
You mean on the board?
Yes.
I'm fucked on the board, Dave. I can't work under these conditions.
You know, and you would be if you work for Rogers today. You would be. Yeah. You'd be last place on that board. It's
Absolutely.
It's a big thing. We call it the heat map.
Okay, so you're running hot and cold.
Yeah. So when my boss calls me, "How you doing?" I'm like on the heat map, or how am I doing? Like, is this a personal call? Usually both. He's actually a really good boss to have. I want to come out and say it. He's very sales driven, very numbers driven. Loves the heat map. Okay. It's a bunch of categories of sales, and you want to be green in each one, and then you get points, right?
Yeah.
And you get more points if you're above national. So you want to be at target, above national, 3 points.
Okay.
I'm up there a lot of the time.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You got a salesman mentality.
I do, but I take pride on being a pretty honest salesman.
Yeah, I've seen you walk away from a couple of doozy sales out of pride.
I do.
And I respect that.
I need the REM, and I can't get the REM if I don't sleep with a clear conscience.
Sure.
Right?
Well, that must be a new thing.
It's developed in the last few years. I just don't go anywhere or do anything, and I stay out of trouble pretty
Keep
good.
it clean. Yeah.
But there are still some times where I'm like, I'm going to do something here. I'm not going to be completely clear about it, knowing that I'm somewhat taking advantage of a situation.
Sure.
So I do have a little bit of salesmanship, but my numbers come from being just a genuine fun guy.
Reads.
Yeah, and it's the personality, right?
Yeah.
So that's really what I encourage my staff to do as well. But everybody has their strengths.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny you mentioned the hot and cold. Before we get too deep into the movie, or even the movie at all, I'm not sure if you noticed, but almost all of the first half of this movie is played with deep reds and deep blues off one another. The opening sequence where Shelley's on the telephone is a very red.
Yeah, I did notice red.
Right, and then Moss walks in, and it's very blue, and they're sort of contrasting one another.
You pick up on those things. You're good at that.
Well,
you're not good at sales, but you're good at that.
Certainly. Yeah. And I was definitely not good at sales. But there, anyway, so it's just funny you mentioned that the heat map, right? It is definitely a thing. But as far as on the board, that's just for whatever reason, this movie has had innumerable quotes my brother and I would pick up on over the last
this would
30
be
plus years, and
Christmas time of quotes.
Oh
for
my
you guys.
gosh! So this was on a black box era. So we just watched this on repeat often. It was so ubiquitous,
prime time,
and it was so funny and kind of tragic even then, but particularly funny. At 92, I was only 13 years old, but I thought this is just great. The dialogue just moving so fast, so sharp, but more specifically these kind of lines, right? Whether it's brass balls, whether it's the board. I'm fucked on the board. My brother for years, and I, get home. How was school? Okay, but what about the board? Anyway, so it was fun to revisit this movie. I haven't seen it probably 5 years.
5 years. Did we not watch it together?
We did. That probably was the last time.
Yeah, because it feels like it would have been around 2018. It would have been pre-COVIDian years.
Yes, that's true.
So 2018, 20. I don't know why, because we would get together and play hockey.
Yes.
The video game, not the sport. Let's be clear about that.
Not.
But we weren't doing this.
No, this was just for pleasure. We used to watch movies.
Yeah, which is strange because I usually don't watch movies at home.
Yes. Well, I would bring
with a man.
Yeah, I'd bring a stack.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been the last time, now that I think about it, because that would have been watching it on a DVD, 2-disc DVD, collector's edition, of course. But since Shout Factory has put out a Blu-ray.
No 4K upgrade on this yet?
Haven't seen it.
Because, those blues and reds,
they pop.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it did get a Blu-ray upgrade within the last few years, and I was happy to.
Crisp? Looking crisp?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just such a great movie. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I mean, visually, you could close your eyes.
Oh, yeah.
If you've watched this a few times, and you can just picture what's happening on the screen. Because it's really dopamine dialogue.
Totally. Main line.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. I was really impressed. I remember watching it 5 years ago and being really impressed with it. Like an action movie, a dialogue is, I think, what I coined it.
Yeah.
I didn't steal it. I came up with that.
Okay.
Someone stole it from me somehow, even though they said it 20 years ago. But that was my first time watching it. I remembered a good chunk of it. I remembered most of the characters in the movie, if not all. I was like Shelley Levine.
Shelley the Machine Levine.
Ed Harris, obviously Baldwin, who is not in the play. Is that correct?
Yeah. Written specifically for him for this movie.
At his request.
I think the story is that he was going to be cast as one of the actors.
Williamson, maybe?
Not sure.
Okay.
But he was supposed to be cast, and there was some issue. He was filming something else or something like that.
Okay.
And basically they were like,
Basic Instinct?
We can get you for 2 days. And so Mamet wrote this character. The play begins and the speech has already happened. So the pressure is on, right?
Okay,
Not that
that's
the
when the play
speech
starts.
is specific, but the play starts sort of post-meeting, and they're talking about the do-or-die top name on the sales board, right? All of those things, that's all part of it. It's the setting that up as being the stakes, let's say.
Got you.
That is new to the movie.
Well, it's a great speech.
It's a phenomenal speech. It's really if that is more or less, that's your opening, right? Now, people will often confuse this and say, I love the opening scene, assuming that is Baldwin, similar to Saving Private Ryan. People will say, oh, I love the opening scene. That's
the beach. Love the beach.
And there's so much of that bullshit before in Saving Private Ryan that doesn't have anything to do with the beach. So these opening scenes are Shelley talking to some random person on the phone. We don't know who. Sales conference, so on. Moss comes in hard.
As he does.
Bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
And then there's this preamble at the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
And we kind of get a sense of where everybody's at. Roma's kind of in the mix, whatever else. So then we get to Baldwin.
But even as you say that,
opening moment.
First moment's Baldwin.
We talk about first 15, right? It's like you got to hook the audience. You got to sort of get them in there, and there's an explosion, there's sparks, or there's something that happens, an inciting incident, right? Yeah. And in this instance, that speech is basically that. It is the action set piece that opens your movie. It's the car blowing up. These people are kind of living a normal life, they assume, struggling and frustrated, but this is just the job.
Real estate, buddy.
And then you get Baldwin coming to blow the whole thing up, and it's an incredible, incisive way to light the spark of this movie.
One thing I will say about sales in general, there's that pressure, but when you deal with an inbound situation, you have pressure, you have numbers to hit and all that, but going outbound, that's a whole other pressure level because you got to go after the sale. You got to go after someone who doesn't. Well, we have the leads.
We got the leads.
But they're not
Mitch
very
and Murray
good.
Paid good money for these leads.
Yeah, but they're not very good leads. I've seen these leads before.
Yeah,
Patel, but I could get that sense, like especially during the '90s when the vacuum door-to-door salesman, Dan Connor's father.
Yep.
We all know what he did for a living.
Ned Beatty.
Yeah. Too busy on the road. Not being a father.
That's right.
Some issues there, if you recall.
But if you remember, that same Death of a Salesman, Dustin Hoffman was in the sort of PBS version of that movie that came out recently with, not recently, but in the mid-'80s.
Just
mid to late 80s.
A couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago with Charles Durning and John Malkovich. And that's another brilliant play, Arthur Miller. But I remember reading about this movie, and the joke was, or this play even, Pulitzer Prize winner, came out in '84, I believe. And I think one of the quotes was, if the other was Death of a Salesman, the Arthur Miller play, this would be Death of the Fucking Salesman because of the amount of foul language.
A little bit, yeah.
But it really does paint a picture, as you're saying. And the play was written in '84, as I said, and the movie came out in '92. So
it's 8 years for
that's right. And so there's a lot of time in between, but the world between 85 and 92 isn't so drastic. But when you think about...
The music changed a bit.
Sure. But in terms of technology,
the
internet hadn't yet, the cell phone obviously had not yet anywhere near, still payphones. So
strong with those quarters.
This movie, this play just kind of doesn't exist anymore, right? Like your sales...
The time capsule.
You're making phone calls. What does that do in the modern age when you're cold calling some random number? How many pickups do you really get?
Not a lot.
Which is why I guess the expectation is that 500 out of 1,000, because 500 of them are going to hang up on you before you even get a chance to talk.
Yeah, there's not many. I luckily in a management role. I'm in management now. I've
sure.
Though these days with the cutbacks, I'm also a salesman again as well. Darn good one though. Most people don't pick up the phone. The ones that do are hesitant, obviously,
sure.
and
maybe
but
they're elderly.
In our area there are the elderly, and they're very trusting people.
Sure, yeah, and what lets you take advantage of them.
Well, I don't
condone
to that
behavior,
but some will actually engage.
Sure,
but the way I see it and why people don't like it is you spam them in messages, and we all know that we think it's a scam, right? Yep. So they just ignore it.
Everyone's got their suspicions, right?
Exactly.
Why are you here?
Yeah, or you just annoy them.
Sure.
Like I'm at dinner, I'm doing these things, and you're sending me a message to buy a phone. So you might get that one sale out of so many, but how many people have you irritated?
Yeah.
Or pissed off?
That's the problem. That's Jerry Graff. What do? You find a list with a bunch of nurses, right? You teach a guy to fish, right? You don't go and deal with that. You nurses, they got a steady job.
Yeah.
A couple bucks in their pocket. That's what they want to do.
Marty Graff, is that what it was?
Jerry Graff. Whereas your problem is the same, right? You've pissed off 10 people. They're not going to pick up your call next time.
No.
Even when they need the thing, they're maybe going to think, I'm going to go someplace else.
Exactly.
Because I don't want to deal with them anymore.
Out of spite.
Exactly. Yeah. Or I'll just go across the street to the other company and see.
Across the street to Jerry Graff.
Exactly. Right? So it's all like that world exists today. It just exists very differently.
Yeah, it's evolved.
But it is still in that sphere. I mean,
at its core, sales are sales. It's getting people to sign on the dotted line.
That's right. Get them to sign on the line which is dotted. That's one of my favorite lines in the early part of this movie. And I think it's because it reminds me of The Untouchables and Mamet's particular. It's not iambic pentameter, but the iambic pentameter. It's Shakespeare's writing style, where it's like soft hard.
Okay.
But the storytelling, the way in which he turns a phrase, and the way he writes and gets his actors to perform, there is a lyricism to that, and you make the word "fuck" sound better than it's ever sounded, right? And the stream of that, and so the rhythm of "get them to sign on the line which is dotted," that rhythm is just catchy. It almost doesn't matter what is said, but there's 3 other ways to say that exact same thing.
At least.
But this is the most perfect way to say it. And that is sort of often how I interpret a lot of his dialogue, in particular in this movie, where people are communicating and there's maybe faster, easier, simpler, better ways to actually say the thing, but it's written with such panache, if you will, and it's performed so brilliantly by this cast that it is the perfect way to say every line of dialogue, I think, in this movie.
Now, when it comes to speeches, which one motivated you more? Alec Baldwin's or the King's?
King's speech, I thought, was wonderful.
I thought it was good. It's interesting. You can get the speech from, say, Carney, which I think he's said the same stuff. But when it comes to someone with, a little bit of elegance, a little bit of...
would be the Governor General, usually.
Okay, sure.
Delivering
that. Basically, it's their platform.
Yep.
We want to change this. We want to do that. And everything he said, I had heard before.
Yep.
But coming from him, it made me feel better. And it's like the Trump speech. Now, that didn't do anything for me.
No?
But for his followers,
sure.
I can only imagine they were amped up. Like, yes, this is great.
Yeah.
America's going to be great
Vaccines
again.
suck.
Yeah, so it speaks to an audience.
Yes.
And I think, the King's speech, I listened to it. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm like, yeah, I like this. This gets me, excited.
It still is a level of gravitas, a little bit of, like you're saying, hopefulness, as it were.
This speech, Baldwin delivers...
A little less hopeful?
Yeah, and I mean, I've been a part of a tamer version of it, like Do Better.
Sure.
I mean, I could not work in that environment. Like,
no, it's brutal.
It's entertaining to watch.
Hilarious, but
especially with
brutal.
these actors playing the role so wonderfully. But Alec Baldwin, this 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes, actually.
It definitely goes on, and it's perfect for the desperation that follows it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he delivers it with such aggression and humiliates Shelley, who's just getting a coffee, right? Put that coffee down. Right? Coffee's for closers. You call yourself a salesman, you son of a bitch. Right? You're like, right away. And Shelley, you and I, as well as the audience at large, has a relationship with Jack Lemmon, whether it be from Days of Wine and Roses that we've talked about. Grumpy Old Man was right before this, right? Like,
that's all the movies I've seen.
but just like kind of older.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Jack Lemmon. He's had a career for 60 years or 50 years, and sort of put him in this position of you piece of garbage human being, right? You're like, whoa. And then what I love is that our introduction to Moss at the beginning, bunch of bullshit, fucking leads, all this stuff, right? He's bitching about it. He gets angry at the customer, if you remember, in that first call. He's like, well, you filled in the form. Like, he's already amped.
I've done that.
Right? And he walks in.
Oh, yeah.
And who belongs to the, right? Baldwin just eviscerates him. And there's that great moment. I'm not sure, again, you catch it. I've seen this movie like 100 times.
Okay. Yeah.
But there's moments where Moss says, you come in here, you're such a big shot, whatever, who are you? And
who am I?
He basically says, like, fuck you, that's my name. You drive in a Hyundai. I drove a $80,000 BMW, right? That's who I am, and you're nothing. And he says these things, and there's a moment where he says, why are you coming down and waste your time? And he says, I wouldn't. I don't. It's a mission of mercy for Mitch and Murray. Because I would have fired your fucking ass, right? And he gives this, like, look at this watch. Anyway, he blows him off. Moss does. Yes. He just, like, can't even look at him at that point. So he comes in with bluster, and Baldwin just fucking... takes him out. And it's just such a great opening. And again, by saying that, the speech, ABC, always be closing, AIDA, attention, interest, decision, and action.
Very good. I was going to test you on that.
Again, I've lived this movie a number of times.
Yeah. On the chalkboard there. They get to win. What was the first prize? A car, right?
Yeah, first prize is Cadillac Eldorado.
Eldorado. I was thinking El Camino. I'm like, that's not right.
That's not right.
No, you don't want that.
You want to see second prize?
Yeah.
Second prize is set as steak knives.
Yeah. Third place, you're fired.
Third prize is you're fired.
Yeah. And there's 4 of them. There's 4 of them.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do the math for you.
No.
Wow.
And Roma doesn't need to be there because he's top name on the board.
I could really relate to Roma. From a sales perspective.
Okay.
I don't need to be there. I'm fine.
Yeah, I got this. My numbers are fine.
Yeah. What's interesting is right after the speech, they all kind of go back to what they were doing, more or less, with maybe a little bit more of a sense of urgency.
Yeah, I think a sense of urgency for sure.
But a little more kind of like, what just happened?
Yeah, I mean, George Aronow, played by Alan Arkin.
The great
Alan Arkin, he basically says, they didn't mean it. They're not going to mean it. They're not doing that, right? Yeah. And everyone gets 2 leads. And what's great about this scene is after Baldwin leaves, Shelley, again played by Lemmon, you just watch him slump. He looks at the name, and Aronow is going around like, they're going to bounce me out of a job. I'm fucked. I'm going to whatever. But you do get the sense after that speech, stakes are high. Not just the knives, but the actual stakes are pretty high.
I want to talk about Jack Lemmon.
Yeah.
We'll talk about him a few times because he is absolutely amazing in this movie. Someone told me I had a good phone voice.
Okay.
My wife, actually, when we met, I quickly get through on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm a dry texter. They lose interest pretty quick because I'm not very. I just like, hi, how are you? I'm good.
The wit doesn't come through.
No, exactly. I'm not there. So I get on the phone. Boom. I think his phone voice and the shit that's coming out of his mouth is just pure gold.
Yeah.
And
peaceful.
And how he performs it, I think, is just like, this is Oscar material. I don't know if there's any nominations here, but I think if there was a category for phone voice, he would win hands down.
Yeah.
Lack of competition, maybe, because I don't know if there's a lot of phone talking in 92. A Few Good Men was mostly in the court.
93.
Well, it was listed in the same year. I looked it up. They both were on the same list. Patriot Games and many more. So I think you're wrong there, Philip, unfortunately, once again. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. 92. You're right. I misspoke.
Yeah.
That we want to hear.
I mean, this is your world of movies. If it's if I got the TV year wrong of the TV show,
it'd be a real problem.
Yeah,
you're right.
And this is not the only time. Like, this is throughout the movie. He's on the phone 3 or 4 times, either talking to seemingly a family member or a caregiver towards a family member, or he's talking to Mrs. Nygaard. Nyborg.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just gold.
Yeah.
My ears are glued to the screen, if that's possible.
It's a great voice. He's very charming.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he's got the shoulder attachment back in the old days.
You gotta have those.
You gotta keep your hands free. Even at the very end of his little spiel, of course I'll hold. That quiet thing is just like, yeah, this guy, I trust this guy.
Yeah.
I want to talk to this guy. And we get Aronow making the same call, except he mixes it up. And another name that my brother and I, again, have quoted a number of times is Speece. In fact, you may or may not know, but on the occasions in which someone might say peace out, I say speece out.
Yeah.
This is the origin of, and that's been 30 years I've been basically saying speece out. Absolutely.
I never picked up on it.
You can tell that Aronow is not in the smooth way that Shelley is presenting. George is definitely not.
That's why he's struggling.
Exactly.
He's in a cold
fucked
streak
on the board.
Yeah, he is.
He tells you.
Maybe he doesn't agree with the strategy, which, by the way, comes from downtown. Just want to make sure that's
very true.
That's
Mitch and Murray
comes from downtown.
So at this point, we're kind of in a position where the stakes have been set, Baldwin's finished, and Shelley has tried to reach out. George has tried to reach out.
Always be closing.
Always be closing. Moss is pissed. He's angry.
He's an
a
angry
bunch of
guy.
Bullshit. Fucking sales conference. Blah blah blah. He decides. He listens to George, and he says, "Let's go out. We're gonna go out together." Next scene, they're in the car.
In the car. Great car scene.
Great car scene.
Not in a trunk.
Not in a trunk.
Yes.
So now Moss and Aronow, what's your immediate take? Do you think this is a healthy relationship? And then ultimately, what are your thoughts on the way in which they kind of banter back and forth around what they just experienced, let's say?
Well, Moss is certainly the stronger personality.
Yes.
And he is that type who's just pissed off. And there's a lot of guys like that in my company who have been around for too long.
Yeah.
Who just, something new comes down, like, they've been doing it for too long. Maybe it's time that you should maybe,
the bullshit company, Mitch and Murray, downtown,
yeah. And then you have Alan Arkin, if I said that correctly. I was going to say Alda for a second there.
Different guy.
From MASH fame.
Yep.
And he's more of a listener.
Yes.
More of a agree with kind of guy. And that's what Moss will prey on.
Of course.
That's which is kind of funny because Alda himself is a salesperson. So you think you're always on the sort of offense.
Yeah.
But he becomes a little bit of the victim.
He's got no confidence, they say, right?
Yes.
They bounce him out of a job with no confidence. They've got no
cold streak.
Strength.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's got no strength. He complains a lot that things aren't going well for him.
Sure, and Moss is the same. Moss is is just as angry and bullshit this and fuck that. And even when George is saying it must be me because I look at Roma so gifted and talented, and Moss is like, fuck Roma, he's not gifted. He gets good luck.
He gets
That's
the good leads.
He gets the good leads, right? Like
it's all about the leads.
It can't be success on his own, right? I've had friends and people in my life like that, right? Where somehow your success is somehow a detriment to my success. I can't be happy for my friend. Now it's a challenge at all times, right? So that dynamic is interesting. Moss is just like, no, fuck him. He doesn't count.
But my favorite thing is he's driving home the fact that the whole thing is the leads.
Absolutely.
He must have said the word leads in that car scene 7 12 times.
Yeah.
And I never felt like it was repetitive. Every time he said it, like, I love this.
Yeah.
It's my new favorite word is leads. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's just great dialogue.
It's great dialogue. And again, the performance allows for that to happen, the repetition of that.
I'm typically not a big Harris fan. I know you're going to give me some pushback because, nominated, I think, for Truman Show and what have you. And he was in the Third Rock of the Sun.
He's in the Rock.
Yes. That's John Lithgow.
Sure. He was an enemy at a gate.
Yes.
Absolutely.
He did not relocate.
He was in Creepshow.
Yeah, there you go. So I mean, he's got a long list of movies that he's participated in.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't typically gravitate towards for him. But I did really appreciate his performance and his demeanor. In this movie, because everybody brings something different, and that's what makes this movie magic. Now, George, on the other hand, probably you would agree, maybe one of the weaker characters with the script, like what he has to do. Generally, there's a lot of
Yeah, I mean he's a weaker character, so his writing is less showy, let's say, right? Because you need to have someone be dominated.
Yeah.
He has one of my favorite lines of the movie, though, which we'll get to. So that award, even as small a role or as small diminutive as a character he is, he manages to deliver
still gets a good moment.
One of my favorite lines. So, but yeah, that relationship, and again, the way they banter, the way Ed Harris is just on the jag about Jerry Graff. Getting the nurses, the way he says, what is that? That's thinking. The way in which these lines are delivered is just as good as they could possibly be delivered.
Absolutely. Now, Philip, if I had to choose between scenes between two people, because there's a few repeats,
a couple of pairs off,
yes, there you go. It would be a tough call, but I will have to say this one right here, right now, that we're going to talk about: Kevin Spacey playing Williamson, and Shelley, the Machine Levine,
absolutely
having a little chat in the office. And let me tell you. Again, similar. It's heavy on the Shelley side. Williams is more of the listener.
Yep.
But I will say what his role is perfect for that.
He's great.
He doesn't sell.
Yep.
He just runs the office.
That's right.
And man, he puts up with a lot of abuse,
which creates this dynamic of right. You have the benefit on some level where you are as being the manager.
Yeah.
But you've had your toe in the water. You've got the bona fides,
many
right?
years.
I did the things.
I did the things.
And you'll still do the thing on occasion, right? Like
more often than I like to admit.
Sure. So you're still in the world. So there's a level of respect, perhaps, that would come
Lead
back.
by example. That's what I do, Philip.
Whereas Williamson is just like an office company man, right? And so there is this distinction between
messenger.
That's it. Fuck you. You don't know my job. You don't know my life. You don't know anything about this world.
You're somebody's cousin.
You're somebody's cousin.
Which we don't find out if that's true or not.
No.
So,
But there is that feeling. And so Shelley and everybody really treats him as if he's garbage because he's not in that world.
Yeah. You suck up to him for brief moments.
You need the moment. Yeah, exactly.
Just two guys talking.
Because he's still the boss.
Just two guys talking.
Two guys
talking. And then
that's the original tagline for this movie, I think. Just two guys talking.
Just two guys talking. What I love about Lemmon's character is he'll be just two guys talking.
Yeah.
And then F you, like 2 seconds later.
Yeah.
And then 4 seconds later, he's back to like, come on.
Yeah, John. That's just, Yeah, it's great. And it really pays off as obviously the movie goes on and on. You sort of see where there is these different power dynamics and structures in place, and the wave in which Shelley in particular goes on, and you watch these dynamics play out and how they kind of come full circle and otherwise.
Shelley was 8 months. He was top dog.
That's it.
And now he's getting shit leads. He wants the Glengarry leads.
It's all about the leads.
Give me a couple of those leads.
If you tack that onto the Baldwin speech, and we've kind of got an illusion early of him talking to somebody's duty nurse or somebody's in a hospital, somebody's on the phone, there's somebody in danger, right?
Yes.
So there's some level of desperation, let's say.
He needs the money. He needs the money. Yeah.
So he's trying to work with Williamson, and Williamson just has no time.
He humors
for it.
him a little bit and sort of leads him on, and then he's like, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And basically. And he's like, I'm leaving. And then eventually they come up with, I'll give you 10% of the sales, 20%. And then Shelley's got that great line like, what a man does when he's up, what a man does when he's not. I said 10, you said 15. Now we can.
Yeah.
Now, we can
he wants $50 per lead.
Yeah. And he doesn't have it.
He doesn't have it.
Doesn't have it.
And then he just completely,
you fucking asshole. Yeah.
And then he's desperate, and he's like, oh, I really need, it's just, wow. It's just, Lemmon just kind of flips a switch between desperate and his charm.
Yep.
Just like back and
magical.
forth.
It's really a brilliant performance for sure. And Shelley gets a great line. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Ocean's 11, if you recall that.
I would hope so. It was
just a funny joke with Saul where he says, I saw you before you woke up this morning.
Yeah.
Right? When he says that to Brad Pitt. Rusty. Yeah. Here we are in this movie, and Lemmon is so desperate, and he's sort of, at this point, he's almost cowering, right? Oh, yeah, sorry. Well, because he doesn't have the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we will do that thing, though, right? Kind of thing. But he says, there was a time where I would have your job, You're gone before I'm back from lunch.
Yes.
Which is just a great an attempt by like kind of a beaten down man to assert some level of remember the time when. Because he says it later too, right?
Yeah.
I was on that board. Remember I generated the sufficient revenue to buy the leads, right? Like he's really pitching himself, but it's all past tense.
Yeah. Part of the problem, Phil, and why it's so difficult for these gents is they kill the goose. You don't want to kill the goose.
Nope. You don't want to kill the goose. That's we just chatted about that with the phone calls, right? It's like you're pissed too many people off.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Kill the goose.
You kill the goose, yeah.
You don't teach a guy to buy one, to get one fish. Buy one car, you buy 15 cars.
And I want to talk about this for a brief moment because my philosophy in my job and where I'm located and what works for every store is different in our business because your clientele is different.
Yep.
Could be
affluent white men.
Absolutely. And we can have a very diverse area, so it's very different. So you got to work to your strengths. And I keep telling my bosses, I don't have these types of opportunities. I have these types of opportunities, and I cover a big area.
Yeah.
And what's happened in the past is you have too many sharks. Sales shark, very common term used in the biz.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you knew that.
Sure, Shark Tank even.
Yeah. So the problem is if you have too many sharks.
Baby shark?
Don't get me started. You start eating the sales.
Yep.
Right? So if you think about an actual shark in the water.
Jaws.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, which if you watch that later, not as a kid, sharks are much scarier than as a cartoon. But if you eat all those sales, then there's nothing left.
If you eat the babies in the water, they don't grow up to be
exactly
fish that you can feed off
later. It's an empty ocean.
Yeah.
So what I try to do is you may not get necessarily every sale today, but you plant those seeds.
Totally.
And I'll go see Dave at Rogers.
Now you're the cell phone guy.
Yeah,
you're the guy.
You're the guy. And you could turn one sale into 10.
That's right. I got a guy had a great experience. Here you go.
Yeah. And I think my boss gets it, but like a lot of people in his position now, give me those sales now. But we've turned it around, but maybe it takes, 6 months, a year, but you really see the results. So play the long game, Phil. Play the long game.
It's the key. I mean, I suspect in some of this business it is a little of like, how long is that long game?
Yeah.
Like how long is any of these people in that job, right? Like you've had there for a long time, but I'm sure you've had people work with you that are there short term, so they make a great impression. They make great sales, and then they move on to something else. You're like, well, shoot. Killed the goose. We need that guy, right?
And from a guy who's been in just customer service for many, many years, you got to take care of your people. They're the ones that,
Absolutely. They're the bread and butter.
Like my dad will fly Air Canada because of an experience from 1982.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
It.
You fucked him.
Yeah, that was it. Like one experience in 82.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That was it.
Because my experience most of the time is I'll never do that again until, oh, wait. It's $50 cheaper than the other one. Yeah. Okay, I will. That's but I agree. Like people, it makes a big difference. Everything in the furnishings, right? Like the carpet we have is because somebody said somebody who knew a thing.
Yep.
The electrician was a guy that somebody knew had great experience. The plumbing, right? Like it's just that's how that business and businesses like that work.
We called him a squirrel guy.
There you go.
Something's happening in the above the garage.
Vermin.
Scratching. Yeah, could be a raccoon.
Could
be a squirrel. We don't know.
Yeah.
We go on Google reviews, if anything else.
Sure, but you don't have a guy.
But we had a neighbor who's like, had to have it, so we,
There you go.
bring in Gary.
That's it.
Yeah.
Gary's a guy.
Yeah. I don't know what happened with that. I wasn't home. Find out. We'll
find out. Well, for a little change of scenery, we have Shelley out on a call. Pouring rain, cats and dogs. Not a good omen, but he's not in the office. So he knocks on the door. He goes to see Larry.
Is it Larry?
Larry.
Okay, Larry. Larry Nyborg?
He's never been shy of formalities.
Yeah. Can I call you Larry?
Shelley, and so we get the version of Shelley, salesman Shelley, right? We had the Voin message, of course, all whole. We had the sort of telephone vibe. How do you think that comports with the in-person vibe? Because you just said earlier, right? Like, I don't text well. I call better. Yeah. I wonder how easy it was to communicate to your wife or your girlfriend at the time, like, upon meeting, right? You go through these 3 stages. Here's a text. Here's a call. Now we got to do it face-to-face. The dynamics change, right? So in watching Shelley's performance, to me, it's sort of like we see him on the phone. How do you think that relates to his in-person mode?
Well, Phil, the difference is my future wife wanted to meet, wanted to see me, was excited to see me.
Big mistake.
Obviously. Yeah, well, I mean, so she says.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, she meant to swipe left.
Different story. Yes.
Yeah, and she's living with that regret. But here, he's not really welcome. I don't even know if, because he talked to the guy's wife.
Yeah. Always with the wives.
Always. And some people, being whichever spouse it is, might be more, susceptible to.
Sure, more open to it.
More open to the idea. I've had people come into the store. Mm-hmm. My husband was in, and he signed up, and we don't want that.
Yeah,
kind of like the Link character.
Yeah, which we'll get to
later
for sure.
On,
that
right?
same, who has the power in the relationship?
Exactly,
right?
To make the financial decisions. Yeah. So it's not an open invitation to come in, and it's a very awkward meeting, in my opinion. But he doesn't stop Shelley from going into full sales mode. They feel pressured. It's not a good feeling. It's really the preying on one's personality, unfortunately. There's a little Satan in sales. Is all I'll say.
Totally fair. Well, I find this scene very awkward to watch because it is thirsty, as the kids might be saying these days.
It's okay.
The desperation is there.
Yes.
Right? He's doing all the tricks. He's picking up the rod. Look, oh my God, I'm in the process of giving a gift away, right? Like,
it's so see right through it, right?
Yeah, like it's so transparent, and it's almost silly, and the performance is pitched just perfectly to being desperate. Don't let the guy say no. Don't. You're right. And then it gets so bad where the guy is basically like, "Thank you, no. Like I have no business to transact here. Yeah. Like just get out of here. I'm leaving. Oh, I'll draw up another paper. Let's go get the wife. I didn't even know, right? Like insinuating yourself into that relationship as if your buddies it's a fine line, like you're saying. Dave's our guy. That's one thing, but Dave at the house coming in for breakfast and dinner, he's not doing that.
Yeah.
There's a difference. I'll go to see Dave. Dave's not coming to me in my house.
Also with that, though, when you become the guy, is now they'll come to you for stuff that doesn't make you any money.
That's
Fix
true.
my voicemail.
That's right.
I have a problem with
button
this.
Doesn't work. Can you? Yeah.
And then they start calling you, messaging you. They get your number, and then and you get to the point where it wasn't worth the sale.
That $26.
I'm in a relationship now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be in this anymore.
It's unhealthy.
I've changed stores. Dave's not here, man.
They'll track you down.
Yeah, they do. I had one guy.
Yep.
Who followed me to every store.
Wow.
Just to pay his bill.
Wow.
And you know what? His name was Bill.
Okay.
And he was a friendly guy to talk to. Sure. I didn't mind Bill.
When I was at the video store, I loved all part of that because it wasn't sales. So I was able to ingratiate myself, talk movies, made so many friends, hung out with so many people. That crossing lines, following me to different stores, talking and so forth. That was like well welcomed into my life because I was like, this is my people. Change the one little word to it, and it's no longer you're the movie guy, now you're the salesman. That dynamic changes completely, right?
Absolutely.
So, and obviously this guy doesn't want any part of it and leaves Shelley. Can't even look at him as he's leaving
I noticed that.
So
he
sad.
does, but there's
pathetic.
That hesitation where it's really hard to look at you right now. So desperate,
and he's just standing in the rain. Just sad.
It's sad. It's hard to watch because you empathize. What's that? What do you call it? That third party where you feel their
sympathy pains.
Is that what? No, there's something else. There's a new, better, hipper term for it. I know you're old school and I respect it, but you get the gist of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great scene. It allows for some great performance from Jack Lemmon, which is
if nothing else.
Exactly. And we kind of go back to the Chinese restaurant now. We've got George and Moss continuing their conversation about lack of confidence, so forth. And as we're doing that, we get this great moment of Pacino,
Roma,
grab a couple of drinks, gives a wink to the two guys and heads back. And to me, that's the character. Like, we've already met him, going back to the beginning of the beginning.
Yes.
Where he walks into the bar. It's Al Pacino looking like a 92 big suit. Looking great hair.
Absolutely.
And he says, hot out there tonight.
Yes. I love
his delivery.
When he speaks like that.
It's perfect. Grown men approaching cops on the street, begging them to shoot. Like, his staccato delivery of that is incredible. Yeah. And we get the sense that he's sort of speaking in these like homilies or something, like, don't drink alcohol when it's so hot.
Dehydrates you.
Which
I think that's true.
It is true. But he says...
he doesn't like water.
If everyone says one thing, I bet the other way.
Bet against science. That's always good.
Basically. Probably an anti-vaxxer. And so I just a great character introduction of just like, you can tell this guy's got a charm.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And a way of speaking.
More confident charm, too.
And definitely confident.
Yeah, no weakness.
And we get the next thing we have, which is where we're at here, is basically his opening line to Link, basically, is, all train compartments smell vaguely of shit. It gets so that you don't mind it. That's the worst thing I can confess, is what he says.
Mm-hmm.
What a great introduction.
An interesting introduction, yes.
You're going to get whomever's hearing that, I suspect, is probably going to ask a few questions and like want to engage a little bit of, huh, what, really?
I don't think so. And I have to say, Phil, and hot take here, but his dialogue, not his delivery of it, but the words spoken, I enjoyed the least.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I'm not understanding what he's saying, what he's meaning, and I don't find it charming. I just find it odd.
Okay.
Weird.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, is it me
it's
or
you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it usually is. Usually is.
Ask the Oscar voters.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, you're going to because everyone's bringing a different style to the movie, I was really sold on Lemmon. Like, how he's talking on the phone.
Of course.
He's great. And I'm enjoying Moss would be, also pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just wasn't my flavor.
Well, he's definitely playing confident and cocky, right? Which can be a turnoff to some.
Yeah, it's a turnoff.
I just found it so engaging.
You were turned on.
A little bit.
Yeah, okay.
I have to tell you, hearing things like...
things are happening.
When you're in a position of, he's trying to sell this thing, this future property, this investment opportunity.
I never really know what real estate.
Glengarry Highlands. Everyone's just like fresh out of town, right? They all have the stories. I live close to the airport. I'm in town just for 24 quick hours here, but I can maybe
10
do
o'clock
something
tonight.
Yeah.
Who has these meetings at 10 o'clock at night?
It's crazy. But his delivery of we regret the things we do not do, talking about how, you think one thing, then that's fine. Be that thing. You think you're queer. I think, let me tell you something. We're all queer,
Yeah. Be a pedophile. Be a pedophile. I don't quite agree with that one, but, that's just me.
Sure. Live with it, right? Like you get befuddled by morality, then just shut it out, right? Be that thing, do that thing, live that thing. What he's selling is just let it go, man. Just don't worry about it, right? He talks about we worry anyway. These things, they don't happen. We have famine and hurricanes and mass destruction. What if these things happen? Nothing, but we all worry about it anyway. So he's pitching to a guy, he's probably reading the guy pretty well, that this guy's got a lot on his mind. So what do you do to counterbalance that? You tell him nothing matters, man. That it's all going to be working out. Here, don't worry about these things. That technique, I think, is totally engaging. Mm-hmm. Whether you like the dialogue or not, but conceptually, that type of character is so different than what Shelley was bringing into that house.
Completely.
Yeah. And that tells me and tells the audience, Roma's very good at this, picking out who the character is, reading the room.
Yeah.
Whereas Shelley, he only knows how to do it the way he's always done it, and Roma feels like he's more fluid. What do you remember the greatest fucks of your life?
Questions he asking, I have no interest in.
You don't want to answer that question for the audience?
No, it's certainly not. But I just don't find his questions interesting.
Yeah, okay.
For some reason, I just not finding his dialogue engaging, even with him being such a strong deliverer of the dialogue. Yeah. I don't know. It just didn't stick with me.
Anybody that's trying to sell me trying to live in the moment and not worry so much about what could or could not happen, that's the takeaway. To me, everything else doesn't matter. And the way in which he's delivering those lines, I'm willing to go along with it because he said great things fade in the memory, other things gain. Food is just food.
Yeah,
like what is it?
I get it, but I don't. The way he's delivering it to me, I'm
fair.
not buying what he's selling.
Yeah,
so I don't think he's a very good salesman. That's what I think.
Yeah, you wouldn't buy from him.
No, and he's supposed to be the best salesman in this movie.
Yeah.
So I'm out.
Clearly.
I'm out of this movie.
Sure.
I'm done. Like, you tell me this guy's the best salesman, and this is the shit that's coming out of his mouth? Come on. I'm buying from Lemmon.
Check. I mean, I don't know. I have to double check my notes, but maybe magic. Could that be? Can we attribute his abilities to magic?
Yeah. Ironically, Lemmon is probably selling lemons. You know, am I right?
He's selling two.
If he's a
lemons.
car salesman.
Selling the deadbeats. Back to George and Moss.
Oh yeah, they're talking about a thing, an idea, right?
They didn't talk to him about this, no, but as an idea, we're speaking about it. We're not actually talking about it.
How do you feel about answering questions with questions? Short, like their conversation.
How do you feel about it?
Funny guy. It goes on for a while.
Sure.
And I enjoy it. I enjoy it, but it gets to the point like, all right, guys, like there's a couple of scenes that do drag on a little bit for me. Okay. This is not the scene that I'm referring to, but it's kind of pushing the limit. It does feel a little bit written when you have like the questions on the top of the questions, but what are your thoughts? Back to you, Philip. Don't put this on me.
Some people have criticized Mamet for not writing like humans, like that it's too stiff. I don't have that problem. I feel like this is all very natural.
Mostly, I would agree with you mostly.
And when it isn't, it's heightened to such a degree that I find endlessly entertaining. Yeah. And Mamet is big on games. He did House of Games. He did Spanish Prisoner, Heist. These big, complicated con games.
Douglas, The Game.
He didn't do that one. Okay. But these con games is really big into his world, and a little bit of magic actually with Ricky Jay. So when he's doing it, it feels rhythmic. Like it feels light on its feet. So it doesn't feel stiff. And it feels fairly natural given the circumstances. None of it comes out as being like, oh, this is that scene. It feels like it's in line with the rest of the movie. And watching those two interplay and the intercutting between, and watching Aronow get kind of annoyed. Did you? Did I? Did you? What? Like, what does Draft pay for? I'll buy them. You talk to him. Yeah. Like it's like this dance between these people.
Yeah. I think it's that I'm feeling
George's pain.
Yeah.
Like, give me a straight answer,
right?
And you're not getting one, right?
Yeah.
And I love George. George is great in this movie in part because he is so kind of obsequious. He plays like he's sort of behind the conversation at all times.
Yeah.
And it allows for Moss to do what he does later. But there's a scene earlier where he talks about, this is my favorite line, Moss is going off and about Jerry Graff.
As he does.
Right? Bullshit that. And he's like, they let us go with no confidence, and shaking in his, and says shoes, and then he's saying shoes as Moss is saying boots, and then George says boots. That's right. Like the interplay between the two and his performance is just schlubby, kind of behind the conversation, always playing catch up, is a great character, and he does that really well. And this scene in particular.
Well, I appreciate you sharing your favorite line of the shoes and boots. I'm glad they delivered it a little bit better than you.
Yes, well, it's tough to do it single-handedly. But when you watch the movie, it's a great little moment.
Gold.
And it's a small little moment, too. Like, you might miss it, but just something about it, just boots. Yeah. And what allows George to be taken, as it were, by Moss throughout this is that he is written and his character is the weaker of the group, and so Moss can
go with guy.
He's a go with guy, and Moss kind of preys on that, right? And he's got this great little moment exchange as he's talking, and he's talking about how he's going to go and get a drink at the Como Inn. And are you going to talk? You're going to rat me out, George? No. Well, then if they come to me, they're going to come to me. I'll have to name names. Why? You do? Because that's something I have to do, right? It's just the banter is so good. But he basically says, we're going to rob the office. George says, what? You're going to rob the office? Tonight. It's got to be tonight. I got a big mouth.
He's got to rob it.
And he says, you're going to rob it.
George has to rob it.
And it has to be tonight.
Because they're going to suspect
He's
Moss.
Got a big mouth. Bullshit company, fucking leads.
Yeah, but he's going to be at the movies. Yep. He's got an alibi.
Yep.
It's going to be George. I mean, he's not wrong.
No.
That has to be the play.
It's great. And the way that George gets taken into that, he says, I do whatever. Why? Because you listened. That's it. Just because you're an accessory after the fact or before the fact, because you heard I was going to do this and you listened to me for the last half an hour, whatever. That is a great fuck you.
Yeah,
why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me?
Yeah, Moss isn't a very nice guy.
No.
Yeah, he will, do that.
He says, 2,500, right? And it's like, we're getting $7,500. It's like, well, I thought my end is my business. Your end is 2,500, right? Like, it clearly is.
Why would you even admit that at that point? Like, come on. You're not incentivizing him to complete the robbery.
It's pretty great. And that sort of culminates now. The sort of act, the first act of the play ends and builds up to Roma doing his final real pitch to
Yeah.
James. We've watched him pepper him through conversations about alcohol and shitty compartments and trains and whatever. And his last big pitch is, they say you rent it, you don't buy it. And he says, what? The Thing, which plays and playwrights are fantastic with the use of The Thing, which is why I love
The Thing.
We did The Things. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
What the things are. You don't have to. Tonight is the thing, is what Moss just says prior to this. And The Thing, you rent it, you don't buy it.
I assume he's just referring to the food that we eat.
All of it.
Or the beer that we drink.
All of
We're
it.
just renting it.
We're all
everything.
The body. We're
The
renting
body.
this
We're
body.
renting.
We didn't buy it. We're all gonna die. We don't own it.
My question to you, Phil, is why is Pacino glad he met James?
Because he's gonna sell him 18 units of Mountain View.
I know. We know that. But really, he says this line, I'm glad to have met you, James.
Yep.
As James, I'm like, why? I've said nothing to you.
Because
you've brought nothing to this conversation.
Here's what we've established, and what gets paid off later anyway. James is the weaker person in the relationship.
Yeah.
He has no power, he says.
No pants, no power.
He's defeated and deflated, it looks like. He's sitting at a bar alone.
Sweaty a little bit at times.
Sure.
Yeah,
but he's sitting at a bar alone, so he's prey.
Probably foot odor, too.
And so for somebody to say, glad I met you, if you're a broken human being, someone being happy that you exist, happy that you made a conversation, made a connection, that can elevate. And I'm certain that that's why this thing goes.
I think it's because you're seeing it from the outside. Like you're not.
Well, I saw the whole movie, and
I know, but as an audience, you see exactly what he's doing to him, and you're like, dude, what are you doing? You know what I mean? But put yourself in Link's shoes, and
boots.
yes, boots. My mistake. My apologies.
If someone came to you and said something positive,
ulterior motives.
Your guard's that up.
Oh yeah,
you're so far. Well,
come on.
When's the last time you heard something positive? I guess is the
exactly. Like this does not. No,
something's fishy right off the bat.
You want something from me.
Yeah,
and I think being in my early 40s, like being in that environment and just going through life, and I was a pretty naive kid.
Sure,
naive.
People would country whenever.
Yeah. People would take advantage of me.
Sure.
That's the way it was. So I've kind of hardened.
Yeah.
And now I'm more aware. And then I see myself when there is a moment when someone's having like this strong, this sort of.
Your radar's up.
Yeah.
And as a salesman yourself, you can probably sense it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Now
that I know this game.
Yeah. So exactly.
That's possible.
Yeah.
That's my read, though, and I think it's right.
Yeah.
And then pretty much he sort of leans in, Glengarry Highlands. He shows the photo.
Yeah, gorgeous.
And he says, listen, what I'm going to tell you now. And then that's the hard cut.
Yeah.
That's the end of the act.
That's it.
And he's going to close the deal because, the next act starts. But we're at the halfway point, basically.
More or less.
And we come out of black and we've got daylight.
Next morning.
It's the following morning.
Yeah.
And Pacino shows up and cop outside. Where do you work? Yes, I work. I work here. How did you hear about the break-in? I get the glass everywhere. You got fucking board up here. Like, yes, I confess. I did it. Just great stuff.
And Pacino wants the car.
Yeah. You close the contract. You sent the contract down.
Yeah.
There it is. Because this is how we keep score, Bubby.
Yeah.
And I was like, any movie, as you know, with a Bubby in it,
well,
it's already an 8 or 9.
Yeah.
This is the diehard of the
absolutely.
Close thus and so you get the car. Just great.
Yeah.
Everything about it.
He wants to make sure the paperwork. They're all worried about what's been taken.
Absolutely. I got to close the old shit. What does this mean? The contracts, where are they? Think about this, right? You managed to get a guy and you worked with him and you worked on him and you got him broken down. And you got him to buy the thing, and you have to go back and
do it. Oh,
could you come back to the store? There's a signature missing. You're like.
All
you might yeah. And I'll sleep like a baby.
Yeah, no problem.
But anyway, so like you can feel the weight of that. Like, fuck, I talked to I had to pitch this guy 10 times or whatever.
Yes, obviously we know Pacino's not involved in it, but just the way he's reacting, like he has nothing to do with this robbery.
Yeah, just pissed off, basically. He's like angry.
And they took the phones.
Yeah.
We took the phones.
Yeah. They took the contract, they took the phones.
As an audience, we think George is involved.
We assume.
Right?
Absolutely.
I didn't remember the ending of this movie.
Okay.
On the first time, which is nice.
Totally nice.
Yeah,
absolutely. So the last conversation that Moss and George had was basically implicating George.
As far as we know, that's what happened.
So
that's
he's the
down.
guy. Yeah. Absolutely. And then we've got sort of random Roma pacing around. What am I going to do this month? They stole the phones. His energy is obviously peaked. He's doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He's looking at his book. He's looking at his phone. Like, what's he going to do?
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then
Patel.
Patel, he's like, Williamson gives him a couple of leads. And he's
Indian.
like, aren't you going out later? With what? He gives him the fucking Patel, which he's been warned about, we remember from Moss. Anyway, and then he gets to just freak out and on Williamson, you fucking idiot, you're dumb. And, Vishnu came down from above. They got Shiva in the deal, like, sign the deal, and he wouldn't sign. And he's like, fuck you, your business is being an asshole. Oh, man.
And then, of course, who enters the scene? Shelley.
A lot of energy on this guy.
Yeah, he is. He's feeling great.
Re-energized.
Yeah, he closed the cyborg or the Nyborg, the
Nyborg, Harriet, and blah blah.
Yeah, and he is just over the moon. Get him on the board.
Chalk
it up.
Yeah.
And what I love mostly about this is his relationship with Roma.
Yeah.
Like, Roma isn't a bad guy. Moss is just
all vitriol.
Yeah, and not really a team player.
Sure.
And you're not meant to be a team player in this atmosphere. Now, in maybe some sales atmospheres, you want to work together as a team.
Sure.
Works best. But here it's
cutthroat.
Yeah, big time. But Shelley is nicknamed the Machine Levine.
Yep.
And he's so excited that he closed the Nyborgs.
8 units Mountain View.
Yeah, 85,000.
82,000.
82,000. There you go.
And in the midst of his elation.
That's a good word for that.
We get Moss coming out, and he's like, anyone who talks to this asshole is a fucking asshole.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening right now in the office.
Everything's peaking, right? You've got
William's popping in and out.
Yep.
He's got the police.
Yep.
And Shelley just wants to brag about a sale, and Moss, again, not having it.
It's like, I don't want to hear your fucking war stories or whatever else, right? And then Roma calls him out. You got a big mouth. You get to close a big one, and we smell your farts for a week. Fuck you. Your pal makes a sale. All that comes out of your mouth is bile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck the hell out of you, right? Like, is this your farewell to the troops? Right? He just kind of fucks with them.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. And after the big blow up and he kind of leaves, Pacino's got the great line where he looks at Shelley. He goes, you were saying, like, none of it mattered, like, whatever, he can do his thing. Up until now, Shelley has gotten nothing.
Yeah, I think he's sitting down at this point. They're sitting, and he's really getting into details about the sale. Like, he's really painting this picture of what's happening in that living room.
That's right.
And
coffee cake, store-bought. Fuck her.
It's great, though. It's great.
It's his moment.
Yeah. Like, in sales, especially when you're selling a hard metric.
Yeah.
Like, for us, it's like the credit card,
sure.
right? Oh, I don't want a credit card. Like, that's like, no, I got enough. No. This ours is the best. Listen, listen.
Here's the benefits.
Yeah, but when you close that and you got that approved, because that's all, you don't get approved, you don't get paid if it's not approved.
Yep.
You get that little bit of,
it's a dopamine
it's
hit.
a hit.
And the way you may tell that story later is with a little sweet sauce on it, a little extra zhuzh to it, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, God, I had this guy. It was 10, 20, 30 minutes I'm talking to him. He's got to call like you're telling the story.
Yeah, he left, he came back.
That's right. There's a fun to that. And Shelley just is bleeding that in this scene. It's so energetic and exciting for him.
Well, I hope he enjoys it while it lasts.
Didn't last too long because we got James Link.
James Link
comes back into the fray.
There's nothing worse than the customer coming back and returning the item.
Exactly.
It's annoying.
Absolutely. So if you can finesse somebody,
for it.
If you're in a position where you could have somebody, maybe even me, show up at the store and hype up a product that you were trying to sell, not the worst thing in the world. Mm-hmm. And so this is a guy, he knows the deal, he knows the lay of the land. Shelley, he's on a high from selling, so he plays along. And as Roma says later, the shit you were spewing on my guy is so good when he's kind of doing the Kenilworth. There is a street, by the way. There is a street in this city called Kenilworth, and I drive by it every Sunday. I do groceries.
Oh, okay.
And instinctively,
no frills, or
I think about just doing this with my hair. Kenilworth means this. It's just a great scene between the two to sort of set it up. And what Link does, James Link, played by Jonathan Pryce again, he breaks it all down, and the banter again between Roma and Link about the 3 days would have elapsed. What 3 days? You don't count
Tell
Saturday.
me about the 3 days.
You don't count Saturday. I'm not counting Saturday.
I'm not. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Did you cash the check? I mean, like, what day was it? Tuesday?
How early could I have cashed the check?
Yeah.
I was on the board when we drafted this. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You don't count Saturday.
It's well written. It's a good scene.
It's gaslighting, too, which we've talked about in the archives. But, like, you're convincing somebody that...
Exactly. But it's very uncomfortable to watch if you're coming from the shoes of Mr. Link.
Yeah. You just need it to last 3 days because then you can't. It's binding, right?
That's it. And that's dirty. Like, that's
totally. That's John Goodman selling a hot tub.
That's right. That's right.
That's Dan Connor selling a hot tub.
His dad would be proud.
I think Jonathan Pryce, obviously, who hasn't had a lot to do in this movie thus far,
he barely
plays
talks.
this scene, I thought, very well. When he's
fine.
When he's desperate to cancel the check, get the deal.
He's very nervous.
And he's very anxious. You can tell he's just browbeaten. He's got whatever's happening at home is bad. And Roma, whether you believe it or not, is an interesting question. But when he does say things like, the deal is dead, we're not talking about the deal, you have a problem, let's talk about it. Is it just to kick the can, or is there genuine care? What are your thoughts?
No, at that point, it's too far. He's trying to come off as like, don't forget about the deal. Let's just talk.
Yeah.
It's too far.
Yeah.
Like, it's obviously not that. So
fair.
No. Yeah, I don't like Rome as a character. I like him as a great performance, but
that's fair. And we got George coming
out.
out.
Oh my God, George!
I meet Gestapo tactics.
Oh, he was so annoying.
Talk to me about
it. It was just enough already, dude. He just went on and on. He was such a mosquito in this scene.
Yep.
Like, just squash this guy. He just won't shut up. You talk to me this way. You shouldn't talk to me this way. And he kept repeating himself. I'm trying to listen to this conversation. I know what's coming up, right? I'm just waiting for this great Spacey and Lemmon scene. Like, I know gold is around the corner.
Sure.
And he's stopping me from getting to the gold.
Yeah.
Like, go away. Take your lunch. And words of Mr. Williams.
Go to lunch. Will you go to lunch?
But he just keeps going on. You shouldn't treat how bad do they really treat people?
Is pretty upset, right? Moss, fucking asshole. Anyone, whatever.
Yeah, that's Moss. He's just
high strung.
Yeah.
But clearly, it's not great.
It was just enough already. It just went on a little bit too long. But what comes after that is absolutely great stuff.
You mean the Roma speech?
The Roma speech. You tell me about the Roma speech because I'm really just waiting. You're waiting. Just waiting for the Shelley.
This is your problem.
Yeah.
We have Williamson blows it.
Yeah.
Comes in hot, saying, "Oh, your check's fine. We took care of that." Just trying to interrupt him like 6 times, right? Like, I'll be with you in a while. He keeps getting interrupted. Williamson blows it. He says, I was just taking care of Mr. John, and basically there's a brief moment where Link runs off. Pacino, his shoulders dip maybe a millimeter before he turns around and just unleashes the most mean-spirited teardown, if you will, of a character in almost any movie I've ever seen. It's so beautifully written and performed.
And mean.
And like devastatingly mean that
Loss is cool.
It's like poetic almost how good that is. I don't want to obviously repeat too much of that.
No, please don't. We have a rating on this podcast.
But this
is a kids program.
It's a short bunch of lines,
a lot of
F words, a lot of C words.
Word. Yeah, he did use the C word.
The next thing he hears is "you're a fucking idiot" now from Shelley. He gets piled on, right?
Yeah, Shelley takes this opportunity. He's on a high.
Absolutely.
He's on a sales high. I know what that's like. He closed the Nyborgs.
Yep. That's right. He'd harbor it a long while.
Yeah. But there's a problem here. Shelley slips up. If
you're going to make something up, make sure it helps. That's it's the first rule you'd know if you ever spent a day in your life. It's a great line.
We find out apparently the Nyborgs are nuts.
Yes.
They just like to talk to salespeople. So Williamson knows that lead was trash, right? And Nyborgs are just going to not follow through, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And for the first time in over a year, how long, Williamson did not come back to the office, right?
Yeah.
Did something with his kids. Great dad.
So how did you know that I didn't take the contracts down? Didn't you? What? How did you know?
What are we talking about?
You getting that, you fucking asshole, right? Keeps throwing it out.
Oh, yeah.
And Lemmon in this is just watching him break from the high that was, get the chalk, I'm top of the pops. You're a piece of shit, Williamson. You don't know your trade. You don't know your game, right?
Yeah.
To I sold them. Like the breakdown of that,
and he does that almost in every scene to different levels.
Absolutely,
right? In the car, he's doing it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I think he's the absolute best. He's the only his moments, his scenes are the only, mostly the ones where I find don't overstay their welcome.
Sure.
There's some where like, okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
The yelling and the screaming that Roma's doing. Okay, I get it. Good point. Let's move on. George, okay, go to lunch.
Yeah.
Harris with the a few. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But everything Lemmon is doing, give me more. Give me more. His some ebbs and flows, I think it is, his highs and lows, and how he delivers it with that voice is just, he's amazing. He's great.
Yeah.
He's a thief. And made a poor decision.
And he rats out Moss pretty quick.
Oh, of course.
That was easy, as Williamson says.
Yeah, he's getting a big I think he's getting more than 2,500, by the way. Yep. He's going right over to Marty Graff or whatever his name is.
Jerry. Jerry Graff. This is, however, my least favorite line in the whole movie.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but at least,
and it's sad because it kind of culminates the Williamson story to a certain extent. But he says, "You've got a big mouth, Shelley, and now I'm going to show you an even bigger one." It's not as good as anything else in the movie. I think it's the weakest bit of dialogue.
But I like the fact that Williamson has he's a sponge.
Yes.
He takes all this FUs, F that, all that from all these guys.
Yeah.
For the most part, unaffected, other than maybe Roma. You could probably like, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
But ultimately, under all that, he's like, I don't like probably any of you.
Yeah, but especially Shelley, right?
Yeah.
Where he says like, why? And it's like, my daughter, fuck you. And what I think is telling and curious about that relationship is at some point, these cards are randomly dealt with, as they say earlier on, right? You got 2 leads, 3 leads, I'll give you whatever. And if Williamson knows, as he says, you want me to pull the file, Nyborg, we had them on blah, 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 blah. They're nuts. They just like to talk to salesmen. Why is that lead still in the mix?
Yeah, like you're setting up yourself
and
up
why
to fail.
Are you giving it specifically to Shelley? Williamson doesn't really say anything in the movie, right? Like he is the sponge, like you're saying. He is the
not a lot of dialogue.
The whipping boy, as it were. Everybody beats him up.
It just comes from downtown. He's just the messenger, right?
So is he more devious than what the movie kind of lets us see? Right? I kind of think that
I picked up on that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm good at that. I read people, buddy. I read people.
Yeah.
Check the numbers. Check the heat map.
So I love it. And then obviously we get this moment of Lemmon is broken.
Ooh, so desperate.
And he sits down and he's trying to like jot notes. He's trying to Roma, he starts to hype him up a bit.
Machine.
The shit you were giving my guy.
Yeah.
Shelley, that's a man I would work with. And like, I should have told you earlier, but I never found the time. Come watch me eat at the restaurant.
Who says watch me eat?
You want to come to the restaurant, watch me eat? It's so good. And watching Lemmon again, just not be able to say the words,
Yeah.
And Roma's on the phone, and Lemmon's just like, Ricky, I would. We'll talk later. Like no big deal.
Yeah.
Oh man, the things unsaid in that moment, and it actually ends up being the perfect ending to this movie too. So this thing happens. Shelley goes back into the office and he's like, "Oh, I just want to talk to Ricky. Ricky can't help you, pal." Brings him in, and then George comes back from lunch,
a quick lunch,
and asks Roma, "Did they find the guy?" Roma instinctively says no.
He doesn't.
Looks up to Shelley going into the office, then says, "I don't know." That's like. Maybe he knows now that it is.
Well, he's a smart guy.
And then in the most perfect ending to this movie, George sits down, dials a number, and does another cold call.
Yeah.
And the camera pushes in on him, and we cut to black, and we got Blue Skies by Al Jarreau.
I prefer Brent Spiner's rendition in Star Trek Nemesis.
Thought you might.
Yep.
The classic Nemesis. Just a phenomenal ending to what I think is a phenomenal movie. Yeah. I am so tickled by this movie. I could watch it a dozen times back to back.
It kind of doesn't exactly do the usual movie, like, what do you call it, path?
Yeah,
where you have
trajectory.
It's just
people talking.
Yep. And this is just everyday life. No real happy ending. It's just.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was going to ask you about that because there isn't really a good guy in this movie. I know you struggle with that.
Well,
you think Lemmon is, but he's a thief.
Exactly. So yeah,
right. Like, do you lose?
I was never
credibility
rooting for him, no. I'm just taking it. But this is a movie where you just got to take it in.
Yeah, okay.
It's grounded in the fact that this is a real environment. There's no magic generally, maybe a little bit sales magic. This meal, Philip, doesn't call. This recipe doesn't call for a hero.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just a normal dish.
A couple guys doing the things.
Just a couple grilled cheese sandwiches. And I like grilled cheese sandwiches.
You do. Obviously.
I don't want to eat a grilled cheese sandwich every day.
Maybe.
Actually.
That's a bad example.
If my wife let me, but I can't do that. Getting older.
If she goes away for a week, there's at least 4 grilled cheeses in your life, I'd say.
But I think, when you have such a well-written film with great performances, again, come on.
Yeah.
Like you're going to appreciate it, especially if it's a world that you can kind of relate to.
Totally, add some element.
Yeah, and it's a play, right? And I think the advantage it has is because plays are limited to, what they have to use as props. So to make a movie out of it from that perspective is pretty easy. You don't need to worry about too much, right? Let's get an office.
Yep.
Let's
restaurant,
get a restaurant,
office.
Sitting in a car.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
So I think they just maximize that and just come up with some great stuff. And I really think Lemmon he's just too good not to appreciate that personality.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
I think that ultimately the cast is so perfect that I can't really imagine anybody else doing it. And I know since this movie, it's revived a couple of times on Broadway.
Yes.
And Pacino actually played Shelley in not this most recent version,
obviously,
but
he's retired by then.
But in I think the last revival,
interesting.
David Harbour from
Pacino played Shelley's character.
Yeah, so as a kind of full circle kind of thing, 15 years later, Pacino is now older and obviously broken down. So I never saw that production, but
I think
he played Shelley.
Seeing on the
and now we've got Mike McKeon and Bill Burr and
Bill
Kieran
Burr.
Culkin.
Which character did Moss?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Like I'm a Bill. I'll say it. It's the red hair. I like Bill Burr.
Sure.
He's evolved over time. He's he's a little bit calmer now, but but I appreciate his commentary.
Sure.
And I can really see him playing the Moss character.
Yeah.
Specifically. So I'd be curious to see that.
I was supposed to see it in April. Unfortunately, A, some plans fell through, but B, Trump is an idiot, and I wasn't going to spend any money in the U.S. So.
Well, hopefully they'll bring it up to TO maybe.
Yeah, not with that cast.
No?
No.
Vancouver?
No, that cast is staying on in New York or
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But a great cast. Would have been great to see it in April, but didn't take.
I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure someone snuck in a smartphone that they may have bought from you even.
maybe.
It's one of my favorite movies. I was so happy to take it off the shelf and revisit it. The performance, as I said, so great. The writing is just pitch perfect. There's not a complaint I have really at all. It's in the conversation of everybody's best performance in any movie, I think. Like, if you want a great Pacino role, I'd point to that one. A great Jack Lemmon role, I would put, it's just a movie I would point anybody that's a fan of any of these actors to, because I think everybody is doing incredible work.
I think Pacino was better in The Recruit.
You are a crazy person.
Yeah, nonetheless.
And if this wasn't a family podcast, I'd call you a stupid fucking something else.
Hey, if they're going one way, I'm going the other way.
That's right. Bet the other way.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah, add it to which they're wrong. Nice work. Way to tie it all together, folks. Thanks for joining. As always, we do appreciate it. Please rate us 5 stars in your podcatcher of choice. Subscribe so you never miss an episode.
We won't. Yeah,
we won't. Well, we do actually. We've missed a few, but keep the feed so you always get an episode available to you. And of course, get out there, cold call, share the podcast with everybody you know. Just dial. I'll give you the leads. Yeah. If you commit to dialing some numbers, I'll get you the leads.
Get you the leads. All right. The good leads though.
It's all about the leads.
Yeah. Don't get many Patels.
We apologize to any of Patels that may listen.
I know one actually.
Talk to you next week.
Good night.